So you were just talking about how I lived in an odd village.
Yeah.
With kids with big heads and all that, right? And what I wanted to do...
What is that again? There's 2 kids with big heads?
Yeah, they just had sort of big heads and, webbed hands and that. They went to my school. And, when I spoke to my dad the other day, because I'm going to see my mum and dad tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, have we got any school photographs with the, big-headed kids in? And he said, no, nobody bought those sort of school photos, because they were in it, so it was always a bit ruined. But I said, well... No, he said sales would, you know, because he obviously talked to other dads and stuff like that, and he just said, oh, no one bought them. But anyway, so...
I would love them!
Yeah.
That's why I'd buy them.
Yeah, but I wouldn't stand out, would I? If it's on the mantelpiece.
Well, yeah, well,
So, but anyway, so I was talking about, you know...
When you say they had big heads, what do you mean? Do they look like someone from Doctor Who?
They were just quite big.
But they weren't related?
No.
So why did 2 blokes with big heads and webbed feet?
I lived in a weird area. There was a chemical plant close by.
I can't believe you've never told us that before. That explains a lot. Not just the freaks in your neighbourhood, but...
No, there was loads of weird stuff going on. There was this, like I said, there was this woman who, used to, like, live in one of the council flats, right? And, she had a 3-wheeled, sort of big, what do you call it?
3-wheeled son. He was the weirdest bloke we ever knew.
Well, they call it like a big tricycle, but for an adult rather than one for a kid. It was a big one.
It wasn't a motorbike though, it was a...
No, it was a push bike thing.
Right, yeah.
And she used to, sort of ride down the road with a fella sat in the basket on the back with his, like, legs dangling over. And they'd be going to, like, the pub and what have you.
Was it a different fella each time, or the same one?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Little sort of bald-headed fella.
Sure it wasn't collection for, like, organs and things. Bring out your ill. And then people just throw Grandad just in the back and go, right, we're getting £4 for Grandad.
But she's
got a lovely pair of testicles on him. They're very low, but they're
Bring out your dead, or nearly dead.
She used to, pick on her husband quite a lot. They'd be in the pub and what have you, and they'd be sat by themselves, but she'd always be sort of, you know, having a go at him, moaning at him, sort of pushing him about and that. So my dad and his mate, right, they went round to their house, knocked on the door, she answered, and he said he was a copper, right? He said, you know, Detective, Pilkington, gonna come in and have a word.
So I'm just gonna make a note of impersonating a police officer.
For the good, he went in and sort of said, now, I've heard, you know, you picking on your husband a lot. Yeah. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Do it again, and, there'll be trouble. And she backed off after that. She was alright.
Good. And how was the husband? Was he still in the basket, though? Was he allowed to ever sort of, like, ride up front with her? Or was he just always in the basket?
She'd sort of stopped picking on him in public places and stuff.
That's good.
You can't get done, can you, just for doing that?
I think impersonating a police officer...
Well, you probably did, there was no gain. I think you can't impersonate a police officer full stop, but I think they'd probably be lenient on him that he was, you know... Well, let's face it, you know, he's not gonna be caught, because why would anyone know about it? It's not like his son's gonna say it on a radio station, is it? And stitch him right up.
Is this something he did generally? Kind of a little bit like vigilante work?
Just whatever, him and his mate, just, you know, if they saw something going on, they go, what can we do? Sure. What little scam can we do, or whatever.
That's fantastic! That is brilliant. Right, okay, coming up, Knob News.
And Monkey News.
And Monkey News. And the answers to Rockbusters. What a show.